what we're going to do. So I'm going to take you through your mobilising work, similar to that we use when we're doing our Pilates work, you know, so I'm going to do those pull-ups. And then as we work through, I'm going to work in and talk through strengthening. When we do strengthening back work, listen to your body. I have got some very light weights here, but if this back strengthening work, the way I'm going to do it is different to what you've done before. Maybe don't use your weights today, all right? But I'm going to make it all nice and safe, okay? But you know what you usually do, all right? And if you do a lot of back strengthening work already, then you're going to be fine, all right? This is just going to be a nice little add-on, and your back's going to feel really mobile at the end. But what I'm not endorsing is that you just throw yourself into it willy-nilly and expect that you're going to be doing drop backs by the end of the class, okay? So I'm going to use a little bit of music in the background. So first of all, if I can get you to sit back onto your heels, spread your fingers out, just drop your forehead down, and just reaching all the way up towards the top end of your mat for me. And then if we can draw the body to pull up and along the ground, keeping your elbows in, your shoulders down, and just drawing gently up into a little cat stretch. Pull up through the belly and look up towards your navel. And take your head and tailbone away and sit back down onto your heels. And again, let's draw the body to pull up and through, rolling open the shoulders, drawing up into a little cat stretch, round up through the shoulders, up through your back. And then taking your head and your tailbone away, and then sitting all of the way back down onto your heels. And again, let's bring the body to pull up and through. And then again, coming up into your little cat stretch, rounding up through the shoulders and the back. One more time. Let's bring the body through, lifting, opening the chest. And again, just draw up into a little cat stretch. And then I'm going to bring you back down onto your belly. Now just placing your forearms underneath your shoulders. And as we gently draw away from the ground, breathing out, looking forwards. And then breathing in as you lower yourself back down. Breathing out to draw your body up a little. And then breathing in as you lower back down. Again, breathing out as you lift a little away from the floor. And breathing in as you lower. Couple more times, breathing out to lift, and then breathing in to lower. One more time, breathing out to lift, and breathing in. Okay, now I'm gently going to sit you back up onto your heels again, and I'm going to bring the cushion in, okay? And I'm going to put the cushion underneath my belly, all right? So just have a little look at this first of all. So I'm going to go over the top, and I'm going to start off by drawing my body up and away from the floor with a cushion beneath me. I'm going to take my arms to stretch all the way up and above the head. Arms come out to the side, and then I'm going to lower myself back down, okay? So I've got my elbows, okay? If I show you from the front, we've got this put them up kind of styly. Then we're going to take the arms upwards, out to the side, and then come back down to the floor, all right? Now all the while you're doing that, I want you to look down at the ground, and I want you to engage your core, all right? So whilst it's all about the back, okay, we want to be really careful here not to just use the back. Use your core, remember all your Pilates training, okay? So as we come away from the ground, lift up your arms off the floor. Stay lifted and reach your arms up and ahead of you. Draw your arms out to the side, hold it, and then slowly lower yourself back down. Place your forearms to the floor. Engage your core and raise from the ground. Take your arms ahead of you and stretch it up. Draw your arms out to the side and releasing it down. Okay, now your option is to do that again without weights, or if you have cans or if you have weights, you could use them. Okay, so the same thing, you have your hands facing down, and first of all we're going to raise the body with your hands facing down. Reach your arms upwards, and then draw your arms out to the side, hold it, and then release it back down. So you can feel it's a little bit harder. Okay, so again, bend your elbows to that put 'em up style or cactus style. Engage your core and lift away from the ground. Hold it there. So you can feel your back strength coming in. You're really working into your back. Reach your arms ahead of you. Keep your gaze downwards. Bring your arms out to the side. And then slowly take this down. Okay, and if you're doing this on your own, take your count to about 5. Okay, so we're just going to go through this a couple more times. Coming up with your palms facing downwards. Then reaching your arms upwards. Hold it. Arms out to the side, and again hold. And then slowly coming back down, alright? So working with the weights may be something that you build up towards. One more time. Into the elbow hold position, the cactus hold. Lifting, looking down at the floor, engaging your core. Reaching your arms upwards. Taking your hands out to the side, again floating them up. And then releasing it all of the way back down. Alright. Now placing your palms down, keep the cushion where it is, and then just gently press yourself up into an upward dog. And hopefully you can feel it's a little bit further. Alright, you're coming up a little bit higher. Alright, and that's just in a couple of moments. Alright, so this is how powerful this stuff is. Okay, now sit yourself back. I'm going to take the cushion away for the moment. Don't worry, you'll have that to play with again later. Alright, we're just coming down onto your belly. Now, again, those of you who practice Pilates and yoga with me, you do this all of the time. We're just going to take one arm underneath your body, forearm down towards the floor, and then on the other hand, you've got your fingers down to the side of you. Now, feet are about as wide as your mat, and when you draw away from the floor, we're gently propping ourselves up onto the forearm. As we turn, we're looking over the shoulder, trying to draw down your shoulder blade so that you've got that little bit of a turn there. That's it. Good. Try and keep the hips on the ground. And then gently bring it back on down. Changing it over. Fingertips to the floor. Gently rise up onto that forearm. And then taking your gaze, looking over your shoulder. Bringing it back round. Okay, now just laying your arms up and ahead of you. Okay, now this next move, have a look at it first. I'm going to take one leg up, and then I'm gently going to press it and send it back so my hips coming off the floor, and then I'm going to bring it back down. Now the first time we do this, it may feel quite alien and it may not go very far, but again, we're going to repeat this a few times, and it should start to get a little bit easier. In the end, you may almost touch the floor. You may even indeed touch the floor with your toe. All right, so let's raise one leg up, point the toe, gently start to send the leg back, no forcing, and then coming all the way back round. We'll change sides. Taking the leg up, point the toe, bring the leg to come back, and then drawing it back down. Alright, and to begin with, your forearms and shoulders might want to move quite a lot. Taking the leg back. Don't worry, in a moment it's going to do that less. and then coming all of the way back down. Changing it over again, lifting the leg up, point the toe, bring the leg back, and drawing it back down. And again, point the toe, lift the leg, bring the leg back, and coming all of the way back down. And again, lift the leg up, point the toe, bring the leg back. All right, last couple coming up. Taking it up and twist. And drawing back down. One more time, bring the leg up and twist. And drawing back down. All right, coming up into your regular cobra. And again, gently raising, try and relax your shoulders, elbows tucked in. And releasing it all of the way back down. Come up onto your hands and knees for me. All right, now we're going to come just through that exaggerated cat stretch. Take your fingers just slightly off your mat. And as we draw up through the back, draw it up. Now you're going to feel those back muscles have worked. Okay, I would expect that. As we come down, pressing your chest down through your arms. And again, pulling on up, tucking the head in, stretching up through the shoulders. And then as you come back down, easing the body down. And again, tucking the head in, drawing on up. And then taking the chest down through your arms, elbows going back. One more time, drawing it up. And then taking it down. And then drawing it back a little bit. Okay, now stepping your right foot forwards. We're going to come into a little bit of mobility work for your hip flexors. Now, so anytime we're looking to draw the body to go backwards, to open the body up, what we term as heart opening positions. Okay, the hip flexors play quite a big role. So we've got the right leg forwards, left leg back, and the shoulders are drawn back. Now again, it's going to be up to you how far you take this today. This might be enough. Always try and keep the knee in alignment with your ankle. If we feel we can go a little bit further, maybe we can open our arms, looking up between your hands. If you feel you're good to open back a little bit further today, start to send your arms a little further back. Straight to the other side today. Just stepping the left foot forwards. And again, see where you need to be. Just let the hip flexors start to open up a little. Relax your shoulders. Bringing your arms up. And maybe we're just looking up between the hands today. That could well be enough. We can bring the hands maybe a bit closer together. Maybe we can open it back a little bit further. And slowly drawing back down. And bringing your knees together. Coming into camel. So we're going to come up first of all with arm circles. Breathe in, raising your right arm. Open the shoulder, open the chest, and let your arm drift down by your leg. Let's go with the left arm. Breathing in, follow your fingers, and opening it all the way back and down. Again, breathing in. Now lift out of your waist. Try not to work through your quads. Alright, so as we take this up, try not to feel that your quads are taking this position. Try and feel that you're opening into your back and drawing back down. And again, breathe in, breathing out. Open the shoulder, drawing it back. One more time, breathing in and breathing out, opening it back. Okay, now take the hands to your lower back. Squeeze the elbows together. Again, it's going to be up to you how far you take this today. We're just gently offering up the chest a little. Alright, today that could be enough, in which case I'm going to get you to stay, take a couple of breaths. For those of you who've done a little bit more work here, maybe you take hold of your elbows, or maybe you look upwards. And I'm going to leave it up to you how far you take this today. So this is one of our heart opening positions. Opening the collarbone and offering your body up towards the ceiling. And we say in these positions in yoga, these positions are opening up to the future. Okay, so opening up our heart, opening up our aspirations and positive feelings about the future. Gently drawing it in and back. Alright, pop yourself around onto your back for me. Okay, so we're going to keep on going, okay? Bring your heels in towards you. And then coming into your shoulder bridge. So we're very gently going to work the hips up and away from the floor, drawing all of the way up onto your shoulders. And then slowly working your back down. Alright, and today this may well be enough. Alright, drawing your hips upwards, rippling up through with the spine, and then drawing your back downwards, working down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And again, lifting. If this is enough, carry on. Next time when we come up, if you'd like to stay up, start to work your hands to come a little bit further underneath your back, maybe. Alright, if they don't quite fit in underneath, but you would like to stay up, maybe just clasp your fingers underneath your back instead. Alright, now in our yoga version, we are clenching the buttocks. Alright, and we're lifting up a little bit higher. If you don't want to use the yoga version, stay with the Pilates version where you're lifting up and down. Lowering your back downwards. Now just bring your knees in towards you. And I just want you to hold onto the outside of your knees. Okay, now I'm going to go up again. I've got another couple of layers to work through. If at any point you want to stop, come down, take your little happy baby posture. Okay, coming back down. Alright, so feet are going back onto the floor again. Have them in touching distance. Try and make sure that your feet aren't turning open. Try and have a parallel position. So I'm working again up through the back. I'm drawing up, and then maybe either clasping your hands or you're taking your hands to go underneath your lower back. Alright, you're lifting up a little. And if this time this is enough, stay as you are. Alright, now I'm going to work another stage in, whereas we take our fingers by our shoulders and our elbows are closer towards our head. And then, as we lift, drawing the body up, and then just place yourself on top of your head. Alright, and today that might be somewhere you've not been for a while, in which case stay there and come out of it if you need to. But if you feel okay to push up a little bit, straighten through your arms, so you're looking backwards. And this is working into strength of the shoulders. It's really opening up the front of your body, your hip flexors, and working into your back. You're just holding it there for as long as you need to. As soon as you need to come back down, then you can do. And then coming all the way back down, drawing your knees in towards you again. Draw the knees to the outsides of your ribs. And I'm going to give us one more opportunity to go up, okay, to whichever one you want to hold into. So if you're happy going up, maybe try one more wheel. Alright, whereas the elbows are close to the head, you're using the hands, you're firstly lifting your head onto the floor. And Again, if that's enough, you stay there. But if you can from there, you're straightening your arms and pushing away. And then when you're finished, we're going to come all the way back down. Come back into happy baby. This time, if you could, take hold of your heels and draw your knees downwards towards your shoulders. Alright, gently release your feet back down. I'd like you to roll over onto your hands and knees again. And I'd like us to place our right foot forwards. Now I'm going to come up into a little twist. So everything we're going to do now is going to release the back. Okay, so if I just show you from the side, for the front rather, I'm going to bring my elbow to the far side of my knee and place my hands in a prayer position. And then I'm looking downwards towards my fingers. So we're working into a twist across the back, the thoracic area of your back, moving into your lumbar spine. So you've got the foot on the floor, knee in alignment here with your ankle, left elbows coming across, hands are in the prayer position, and then we're twisting and looking back towards the fingers. Good. And take a couple of breaths there. Sit back, okay, drawing your toes back, pressing into a little bit of a calf stretch and hamstring stretch. And draw back up again, swapping the legs over. So coming up into a high kneel, take a deep breath in, raising the right arm. As you breathe out, elbow to the far side of your knee, pulling down a little bit, leaning forwards and just twisting, so you're looking back towards your fingers. And then gently release. Alright, drawing back, drawing your toes back, sitting your hips backwards. Alright, now sitting it all of the way back. And let's take that right leg over the top of your left. You can either keep your left leg straight or just draw it up to the side of you. Drawing across your left arm to your right knee, sitting the body up nice and tall, looking over the shoulder. And I know this twist comes into so many different things that we do. It's because it works into releasing the hips, okay? It works into releasing the neck and the spine. There's so many things go on with this exercise. You can take your elbow across if you want to go further, or you can bind, reaching underneath and finding the fingers. Untangle. And let's go the other way. Bending up your left leg, take your left over your right. Right can go beneath you if you wish to. Both buttocks nicely on the floor if possible. Drawing your right arm in towards your left knee, look over your shoulder. Or you're going into a half prayer, or you're reaching underneath and finding the fingers. Taking hold of your cushion, and similar to how we used it last week, okay, I'm going to roll it over and place it between my shoulder blades to begin with. All right, so this one is, you can either, depending on how big your cushion is, you can either get your head on top, or you can let your head go off to the back, so it goes towards the floor. And then after a moment, we're going to take this cushion out, it's going to go underneath the lower back. So I've got two things I want to do with this. So lowering your body back, so that your shoulder blades can pinch into the cushion. Like I said, depending on how it feels for you, you can either let your head go back, or you can have your head supported, maybe on another cushion. All right, but just again, letting the chest open, letting the heart open. Different way though, different way of stretching open. All right, so you're just letting your body get used to this. And you can either remain with your arms just to the side of you. You could try maybe taking your fingers behind your head, and maybe, you know, as if you're having a sunbathe, you know, opening your elbows. And take it this time to go underneath your lower back. So you can still have it rolled up if you feel okay with that, or you can flatten it out completely. But I just want it to sit nicely into the curve of your back, and then again, just let your body rest over it. Okay, and again, those of you may recognise this. If you've been told by maybe your chiropractor or your physio to encourage a better natural curve in your lumbar spine, they may have asked you to lay over a rolled up towel. Okay, it's a really, really common thing to try and encourage the lower spine to have a little bit more natural curve in it. Okay, so this is what this is all about. We've already done the strengthening work, and now we're just taking a little bit of the relaxation work. It's going to be dependent on what you've done before. We're either going to have the option of taking a plough posture, where we take the feet over the head and we hang out there for a lower back stretch, or you're going to come around into pose of the child. So I'm going to show both, all right, but I'm going to give you the option to choose. So I'm going to slide the cushion back out. And if you want to work into your plough position, we very gently send the legs upwards. Now it's going to be a stretch for the back, so just be ready. If it feels too much, come back down. You could draw your knees towards your forehead, okay, and you could stay there for a couple of breaths, or the pose of the child, okay, which is a really lovely position to use on its own. You come back round onto your knees, and we just let our arms hang down and the shoulders drop. Alright, so you get a stretch in a different way. Alright, both of which are brilliant. Alright, you know, I'd like you to do both if you want to, okay? But just again, particularly in pose of the child, it really is just about letting the surface of your back just be heavy, and just to try and let the shoulder blades stretch apart. All Alright, when you've got your feet over the top, you can feel that straight away. It's a very lovely lower back stretch. Position, slowly lower yourself back down. If you're in pose of the child, very gently unroll. Alright, and then just come around into a kneeling position and just bring your hands back behind you. And just lengthen out the neck, dropping the chin forwards. Tacking your head towards one side. Bring the head to the middle. Tap the head to the other side. And then back to the middle. Gently raising your chin. We'll let our arms come forwards. Now just rounding, now collecting the fingers together and feel that stretch through the thoracic area of your back. Breathing in, raising your arms. Breathing out, open your arms all the way down. Alright, just let your shoulders settle. And I'm going to finish you there today, everybody. Well done. Okay. Taking it in is something different.